Hey guys, what's up? This is Lucas Horclocks, and I know I haven't been updating throughout this entire year. I think I kind of stopped doing videos. I think it was I don't know, it was like in the middle of either May, probably May. I don't remember. I'm kind of too lazy to look that up. But anyway, I know I haven't been updating lately, and that's mostly because I'm in. I won't. Well, I'll be honest. Part of it is because I'm too lazy. I did record it some parts of Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Destiny, but the thing is, I kind of lost it. I don't know how, but it's kind of gone. But anyway, I know it's December, and it's kind of weird. And one thing I have to say, to all those people who have been watching my Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Destiny videos, I really appreciate it. I know it's only like a few, but I really appreciate it. It just makes me feel so good that there's people watching, and I'm glad that the feedback. I've received really good feedback. And I've received some negative, but I don't care. It's all good because it helps me. It helps me be able to do these videos. So, what I want to talk about is my future plans because I really want to keep this. I want to keep my channel updated. I want to make some projects, but because now that I have a bit of free time, and I finally managed to get a capture card. I know it took me a long time. I think I said I was gonna get one over the summer, but I don't know. Anyway, I finally got a capture card. Like, to be on, to tell you the truth, I kind of after doing those Tales of Fantasias and I was taking a little break. I kind of how do I say? I kind of didn't feel like doing walkthroughs anymore. Like I didn't feel like doing videos because it was such a hassle. But it's still, I was still enjoying them. It's just I don't know. I guess I kind of went into other things. I kind of focused into other things, mostly my schoolwork because I'm in college and I'm kind of about to finish it too. And I think I'm about to finish college in 3 more semesters. But anyway, but now that I got back into it, because I've been looking at other people's LPs. If you haven't seen them, on my favorites, and they're really good. They're just so damn good, and it just got me back into those I should give this a second try. So anyway, again, I really appreciate everybody, all those people who've subscribed to me and who's been watching my videos, and I really apologize. I am so sorry that I just left these videos without saying anything. Like I just didn't, I didn't, I didn't update. I didn't say like I'm gonna not do these. And that's another thing. For Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Destiny, um, I'm gonna have to stop doing those playthroughs for now, cause one, I lost the footage, and I guess I'm gonna have to restart over. But the thing is, I'm kind of bored with Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Destiny, partly because I'm playing it on a computer, and to be honest, I really don't like playing on the computer that much. One, it's such a hassle trying to record this on the computer because I tend to overcomplicate things. But anyway, now that I have a capture device, what I am kind of plan to do, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Hopefully, it's around December, like this month. I'm gonna finally get my shit together, and I'm gonna make my first real walkthrough, like my first real LP. I guess I'm gonna call them LPs. And it's gonna be Tales of Destiny remake Leon side. So I'm really excited about that because it's one of my favorite games, and I think that's a pretty good way to start off with this whole project. Because Leon side, it's not that long. It's kind of hot. It's kind of like it takes like half the time you would normally play on an RPG, like in a run through. So it's not gonna be a big project, and I think it's a good way to start. But anyway. So yeah, I don't know when that's gonna be coming up, but I'm gonna try to start that on December because I practically have everything in order to get recording, but I just need a few more components because the capture card that I got, it didn't came with some additional things that I need in order to be able to hook it up with both the TV and the computer, because I've heard that the Dazzle device, it only hooks up to you can only watch the footage in your computer. It doesn't show up on the TV screen. So I was like, oh, so that's how it works. And I heard that causes some lag when you're actually trying to play games in it. So I'm gonna wait until I get those other components so I can be able to play it on the TV instead of on the computer. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited about that because I really want to get into these LPs and I want to be able to like I don't know, it's just excited. I just love these games. I have so much plans. Like I'm plan. I mean, I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna do just Tales games. I'm gonna do some other games because I have a bunch. I guess I have like I don't know. I have a different variety. Like I'm planning to do like Mario games and Resident Evil and all the other stuff. So I don't know. I'm really excited about that. So one thing I want to say though, like for Tales of Destiny. Okay, recently I received a comment on the Tales of Hearts playthrough, and I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna get back into that. But I received a comment, and it's just only I only uploaded one video for Tales of Hearts. But anyway, there was this dude who was saying the way how I who was like criticizing the way I was playing it, because the way how I did is I kind of skipped the dialogue. I just kept pressing the X button just to skip the dialogue because it was in Japanese, and it got me. And he got and I guess it got me thinking. Like I was telling him like it was gonna be boring. I mean, I'm not gonna bore myself just trying to go through all the text because I mean I'm not gonna understand what they're saying. I understand what's going on, but I don't understand what it's saying. So this got me thinking because I'm gonna be doing these LPs for these Japanese Tales games, and it got me thinking. Would you guys prefer if I skip the dialogue or if I leave it on there? Um, I'm just saying that because I want to consider my viewers. If I wanna, yeah, I wanna know if that's what you want. Because personally, I do not like trying to just let. I don't like going through the dialogue on these Japanese Tales games because one, I don't understand the language. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't either. Like, I'm assuming most of my audience is English speaking people. And, so, I don't know, like, like, it's gonna be kind of weird because it's gonna take up so much video time if I just leave in the dialogue. Because these Tales games, they talk a lot. There's a lot of dialogue. And, I don't know, I tend to just skip over it. I mean, not, and if this was an English Tales game, no, I wouldn't do that because I mean, I love the story and everything. But these are Japanese Tales games we're talking about. We know that we both don't understand we don't understand Japanese. So I don't know. I just want to. The only reason I'm playing this because one, I'm playing it for the gameplay. I love the gameplay and I love the story too. The story's cool. It's just that the way I'm gonna do it is for these Japanese Tales games playthroughs. What I'm gonna do is what I was planning to do is I was gonna just skip the dialogue and just do a short summary of what's going on the video description. I'm also gonna like describe what's going on too during the game footage, but excuse me. But I'm also gonna yeah, I'm just gonna just summarize what's happened because most of the summaries that I understand about the stories of these games, I get it from FAQs. I don't understand Japanese, and you're probably thinking, okay, if you don't know or read Japanese, how the hell are you gonna be playing these games? Well, to be honest, I played these games way too much, so I know the menus by heart and I know what's going on. Like I know all the different mechanics a little bit. I'm not an expert. I'm not gonna say I'm not an expert of these games, but I know enough in order to be able to play it. Like I don't need to go through a translator or anything. I'm not gonna go through all that just to completely understand the Japanese language because I'm a very impatient person. So, but I'm really glad that I was able to just be able to play these games later in my life, and I was able to at least know how to play them. I mean, like I don't have any trouble on setting up arts and everything and all that other stuff. I mean, I have a few trouble just trying to set up accessories because obviously I don't know Japanese, but I use FAQs for that, and so it's tolerable. I mean, I'm not wasting so much time trying to like figure out what the hell I should do on the menus, like on strategies and stuff. But Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The main reason I wanna say this is because I'm gonna be skipping the dialogue, and I want to know if you guys will be okay with that. I'm not gonna be skipping the dialogue when it comes to Tales of the Abyss or Tales of Symphonia because because I'm gonna be playing the English version of those games, and of course we're gonna be able to understand what they're saying. So, and it's I'm not gonna skip it. I'm not gonna skip the dialogue on that, but I'm gonna skip the dialogue on Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Destiny 2, Tales of Destiny Remake, yada yada. Because well, we're not gonna understand it. I'm just gonna assume most of my target audience for these videos are English speaking people. If you're Japanese, or if if you're an English speaking person and you happen to know Japanese, I'm just gonna have to apologize to you. I mean, like, I want to play these games like how I want to play them, but I don't know. It just depends. If you guys like to have the Japanese dialogue in it, I guess I'll manage. But I'm just gonna have to say to you, it's not as exciting as it is. Like the first time I played Tales of Rebirth, which was my first Team Destiny game that I played, um, it was just boring as fuck. I was trying to like I mean, no. Tales of Rebirth is one of my favorite games. I love it. I love the battle system. I love the music. I love the characters and everything. But it's to me because I don't know Japanese. It was just boring as fuck trying to go through the dialogue. But thankfully, there was Lannon, a YouTube user, who actually subbed Tales of Rebirth, all the entire dialogue, all the main plot. So it wasn't, it wasn't that much of a loss because it really like some of these stories, some of these Team Destiny games are really interesting. Their stories are really interesting. But anyway, I'm just gonna say this to you. This is from my experience. You're gonna get bored from hearing these characters speaking in Japanese. I mean, like seriously, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be boring, and I'm telling you this because it happened to me. Like I'm playing Tales of Xillia right now, and I'm doing it like I'm trying to leave the not skip the dialogue because I want to be a little bit. I guess I want to have more authentic. I don't know how to say. I want to have the full experience of the game. I was just like I did like with Tales of Rebirth during my first playthrough. And seriously, it's so boring. Like, hey, if I don't understand Japanese, it wouldn't be the boring. I mean, it will be fun. It'll be like, oh, I know what they're saying. But like seriously, it's gonna be boring. I'm just saying this to you guys right now. If I leave the dialogue in a Japanese Tales game, if I don't skip it, it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be a waste of videos. There's not gonna be that much. I mean, there's gonna be action, but it's just gonna you're gonna have to wait like 2 or 3 videos until I get to action parts. If I'm gonna be going through the entire dialogue and the skits, and I'm not gonna be subbing these videos because one, I don't know Japanese, and well, I don't know if I might sub Tales of Rebirth and use Lannon. So I'm gonna need her permission to do that, to use her subs. But anyway, I just want to say that because it really got me thinking. Because that dude was like going off my case, like I was just skipping and he was insulting me and everything. And I just try to tell him like, no, it's boring to me. I know what's already going on, so it's not a huge deal for me to skip the dialogue. But it just got me thinking because he was saying like, "Oh, Billy, but you're not doing any justice to these Japanese Tales games, yada yada." And I mean, like, I guess there is some truth to what he's saying because I guess it's interesting to hear the emotional aspect that's going on with these characters speaking. But like, it won't matter that much because we don't know the language. It's not gonna affect me that much. I just think that as long as you know what's going on, I think that's enough. At least when you're trying to play these Japanese Tales games, which I know what's going on. I know what's happening at the moment I'm playing the game. I may not know like the entire 100% aspect of the dialogue, but I pretty know what's going on most of the time. So it's not like I'm missing anything throughout the dialogue. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. If any of you guys are gonna be watching this video, I hope you do. And I'm really, really sorry about not updating the entire time this entire year. I can't believe I wasted it. But anyway, I'm gonna do Tales of my next actual project. It's gonna be Tales of Destiny remake Leon side, and I'm gonna follow it through. I promise you that. If once I start it, I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna do what I did with Tales of Fantasia and Tales of Destiny, which I kind of stopped. I basically kind of used this for like an experimental sort of recording. But anyway, I really apologize if you were enjoying it, and I'm really glad you did. Um, so yeah, holy crap, this video is over 16 minutes. Um, so okay, that's all I really wanted to say. And again, I really appreciate everything you guys have done. Like you watch my videos and you tend to like and you like them, and that really makes me happy. I hope there's more of this in the future. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye.